Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate you guys being here. I am doing a voiceover. I recorded this entire video on mute. Yes, technical difficulties, but we're going to keep pushing. And if I do this right, you shouldn't even notice the difference. So we're going to be doing our net worth update for the month of June. You're also going to see it for the month of May and for the month of April as well. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk a little bit about this article that I really loved that I came across, and it talked about this is how much money it takes to be rich in America. Now, being rich is relative. There's a lot of data and statistics out there that will tell you the median income that's required to be rich. But I think at this point, like in my life at 38, I think my definition of rich has changed since, I was 20. Back then, I thought rich was, I wanted to have millions and millions of dollars, have a nice, huge a yacht, have a place down in the city, and just be able to just do whatever I wanted. And I think over the years, having two breast surgeries from lumps, having a son who has special needs, I think my thinking of what I would consider would be rich has changed. And I think what my husband and I really, really want, or what we see as being rich, is having enough money to just be comfortable, to just pay our bills, and to be able to, if we wanted to travel to the beach or go somewhere, we could do that. Or if we wanted to give to others, we could do that as well. That is what being rich means to us. And I love how this article really goes into detail and talks about the statistic side of what rich is, but also the other side that we don't really talk so much about is what does being rich mean to you as a person, or as in regards to your family, if that makes sense. So this article really sheds some light on the statistic side and talked about the income that is considered to be rich. Now, I will have the link directly to this article in the description box below so that you guys can go back and read it for yourselves. It's a really, really good read, and the comment section is booming over there. So this it talks about what the income is to be rich. I think, like I said, in our minds is millions and millions and millions of dollars. But as you age and as you go through life, your priorities and just how you think about things change a little bit. Now, this can be dependent on the type of job you have, the industry that you have, if you were given money to start out with. I mean, all of these factors play into this, but I think for the most part, and it's definitely according to the IRS, like the top 1% of earners, if you make $540,000 a year, you are considered like the 1% type of rich. Now, I know some of you who may make that amount of money every year may not consider yourselves in the top 1%, but according to the IRS, you are. I know with our income, we're in the top 5%, which again, when you think about the top 1%, I actually thought, oh, this is just millions and millions of dollars. And this is why we track our net worth, because again, your income, whether it's per year or per month, is a strategic correlation to how you can build said riches or said wealth. So every time you get paid, I think they broke it down. So if $540,000 a year is about $45,000 a month, whatever your income is every month, it should be going into assets, right? Real estate, it could go into the stock market, it can go into paying off your debt. Whatever it is, it should be going towards helping you to actually achieve whatever your version of wealth is, or whatever your version of rich or financial freedom is. And so again, this talks about the monthly income aspect and really doing whatever you can to put your money into assets, which I think is really interesting in terms of using your monthly income. We've all seen the articles about the janitors and the secretaries who did not make a lot of money, but they retired or they passed on wealth to their family and friends through their $1 million portfolio, and they didn't make a whole lot of money. So whatever your income is per year, just do the best that you can where you are with what you have. Let's move on now to our actual net worth spreadsheet so that you guys can see how we did. So here we are at the spreadsheet. I really, really do love tracking everything. If you've been watching me for a while, you know I track every single number. So you can see right off the bat what our net worth is for the month of June. It's $1,378,202.72. So that's pretty doggone good. We became first generation millionaires back in August of 2021. So almost 2 years later, we're up almost $400,000. I'm scrolling down here so that you can see all of the details when it comes to the actual numbers. Now, I do share all of the investment accounts in our portfolio updates. If you have not checked out that video, make sure you do so. You'll be able to see screenshots of the 401k, the Roths, the HSA, Robinhood, and all of that good stuff. But in our net worth report here, you see all of our assets, right? These are things that we own. This is on the top part of this. So you may need to turn your phone around so that you can kind of see it, like towards the landscape part. But you can see first our cash. So we really ranked our assets by accessibility or by liquidity. So we would touch our cash first. We wouldn't touch our investments first. We would touch our cash first because we can access that really, really fast. So you can see how much we have in cash, how much we have in taxable accounts, how much we have in our retirement accounts, and then other assets. Other assets is the 3 homes that we own. We also have gold and silver metals. We have our children's accounts. We have my husband's company stock. We have our own cars. So we own our cars in full. So that's why we actually put it here. Usually cars are a depreciating asset, but because we own them outright, they are of value. So we include those here. So you can see that our asset total is $1,944,911.45. But you cannot just count your assets. You got to take into account your liabilities as well. That's everything that you owe. And keep in mind, let July be that point of the year where you check your credit report. A lot of times we have debts and liabilities that we've forgotten about or that we don't know of. Sometimes there's fraud and you're not really able to catch it if you don't check your credit report. So let this be a reminder to check your credit report, and that way you can make sure things are on the up and up. But we have 3 mortgages here, $563, $111. Hold on, let me say that again. $563,111. We do have 3 homes. We have 2 townhomes that we rent out, and then we have a single family home that we actually live in out in the burbs. And so when you add all of that up, so when you take your liabilities and you minus them from your assets, that is how we got our net worth. And make sure you guys let me know down below, how did your net worth turn out for the month of June? Was it what you expected? Was it underwhelming? Are you in the hole? Remember, we started out at negative $75,000 net worth. So this is 9 years now, right? We started at age 30. I'm 38, but I'm about to turn 39 and I turn 39 in September. I'm a Virgo. So, just be consistent with it. And the great thing about it is that when you get into good habits, when you do come in contact with large sums of money, you'll already know what to do. I'm scrolling down here to all of the details so you can see like how the money is separated. It's very, very important to track your money. I know sometimes we don't want to do it because it's tedious, but it's your money, right? It's your money. You should always have, the upper hand in terms of knowing what your money is doing, where it's coming from, and that's your assets and your liabilities as well. You want to make sure that everything is streamlined, everything is organized. So when you want to buy a house, the bank is going to ask you, okay, how much cash do you have? The bank is going to ask you, how many investment accounts or retirement accounts do you have? And the bank is also going to ask you, how much do you have in debts? Now, it's going to pull your credit report, but this is just good information for all of us to know right now. So just returning back to this article quickly, how much money does it take for you to be rich in America? How would you know if you don't track your money? And the best way that most people who have wealth or riches track their money is through their net worth. So even if you don't want to check it every month, at least check it once a quarter so that you know whatever your target goal is. If you want $1 million, if you want $500,000, if you want multi-millions of dollars, you won't know the progress that you're making unless you track it. Okay, so that is the video for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for adjusting with me, considering I had to do a voiceover on this, but we just roll with the punches and we keep on going forward. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching.